back to the Inner Circle, where girls have fun, we have drinks, and we invite a guest to have drinks with us. Today we have Moi University alumni 2003, and he would have been our deputy president. Help me welcome Ronnie Osumba.
Thank you.
Where are the camera dancers?
You don't
By the way.
Not now.
Yeah, they did it together.
Really?
Karibu sana, Mr. Osumba.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here with us.
Appreciate
It's looking
it.
sharp.
And I love
Yes,
it.
it
looking
is.
hot.
Sharp.
Sharp is an
So is it Mr. Osuma as in there is a Mrs. or, there is room?
Is that Mrs.? Is that
Bang.
Mrs.?
Alright, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
fine.
breaks people's hearts. But,
So
Let me
we're
move
just saying,
away.
you would have been the hottest deputy president.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Welcome.
Thank
So
you.
we're just gonna go straight to it, like it is in our show. We shoot straight from the hip.
Yeah.
We're just going to start from asking to introduce yourself and why you got into politics.
Why? Okay. That's always a hard question. You need some level of madness to actually get into this game. I was pretty much asked to get into it 3 days. I was given 3 days to make up my mind.
Wow.
So I actually didn't think much about it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one of the big problems.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the reasons why I actually got into it, because
Yeah.
I didn't have enough time to think about it. If I thought about it longer than 3 days, I probably wouldn't have.
Seriously.
But I don't have any regrets, by
Okay.
the way. So Ronnie Osumba is my name, Ronald Osumba otherwise. I'm a Kenyan who loves his country, wants to see this country prosper, wants to see everybody living a life full of dignity.
Yeah.
And so that we can all, enjoy our country, say we are one nation, one people. Yeah, and I hope that I can make a contribution.
what made you feel like you were qualified to be
Yeah.
a deputy
Yes.
in the first place?
Let's be very honest.
I think one of the problems this country continues to have is that we focus too much on the politics. We look for politicians to be our leaders. We are not looking out for leaders.
Okay.
And one of the things I've always believed is that given the opportunity I can lead, in the context of politics, of course there's all the political experience that is required for that kind of office. We say people lead depending on the quality of people they have around them.
Yeah.
Who you associate with, who you surround yourself
Yeah.
with. And that would be my first pointer. I would make sure I have good people around me.
Alright, that's all great. I have to say, that's a great answer. That's a politician's answer.
Yeah.
Good job. However,
He's choosing
yeah.
his words.
However, it's like, Ronnie Osumba, when we first heard you were going to be a running man for Peter Kenneth, you came out of nowhere.
Yeah, we didn't
I have to
even
say,
know
I
you.
didn't know you.
Yeah.
It was
I
a shock to
knew
me.
you.
Well,
You knew me?
From campus.
Oh,
Okay,
see,
fine,
that's
that's
different.
different.
But a switch.
Switch.
Yeah.
You have to say that on TV.
I know.
You came out of nowhere. Nobody knew who you were. And I was just like, okay, fine. Why? Why would you? Because you're a guy who came from a great job. You're making good money. You obviously don't look like you're starving. So why all of a sudden go into politics? And politics is win or lose. It's not win and get something. It's win or lose.
Yeah.
So why gamble it all?
I think it was a good gamble.
Okay.
Two things. One, I think that we need to have more people stepping out, people who, embrace values, people who you and I can relate to. Our politicians today and our national leaders today are guys who are just so far removed from reality. They have no inkling what the real Kenyan is going through. They talk these big words about, fixing the economy and building schools and fixing healthcare, but they really do not know.
They don't know minimum wage.
They have no idea
That's
what
right.
guys are going through. And I thought to myself, look, I've been through this thing. I've, struggled through life.
Okay.
And, I still relate with a lot of these things. Why not? But secondly, at some point, I was going to join politics. I've always aspired to, join national leadership. And for me, there was no better opportunity than when I was asked to run for deputy president. I mean, come on.
But from 0 to 100?
In life, if you really want to succeed, you have to take those risks.
Okay.
You have to leapfrog. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, I ask myself, what the hell am I getting myself into?
I asked myself that too.
Am I ready? I mean, really?
Yeah.
But because I didn't have enough time to think about it,
Yeah.
I said, we'll fix it. Ukombele.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this, let's get in, let's jump in. We knew the numbers were tight,
Yeah.
and it was already a 2-horse race,
Yeah.
but we needed to make a statement.
Okay.
That you can't have an alternative.
Yeah.
You can't have a campaign that is run on values
Okay.
and on things that unite Kenyans rather than divide us.
Okay.
You can't have a non-tribal team. I mean, one of the things that was not talked about much was that Peter Kenneth is a Kikuyu,
Yes.
I'm a Jaluo,
Yeah.
and so where's all
Is that
this?
why he picked you as a running mate?
Not
Because
at
you're a
all.
Luo?
Largely because I am young.
Okay.
Nothing to do with your tribe.
Nothing at
To
all. That-
appeal to the Nyanza vote.
and we never even tried to
Make it about that.
make it about that. We campaigned in Nyanza 3 times.
Okay.
So we really didn't focus on that.
Okay.
But the whole idea was to consolidate the youth vote, people who have a higher stake in the future, and the ladies.
Everyone does it for the ladies.
Now that you're
It's why
talking
you're
about
surrounded.
I know. But mostly because I think the women folk are more conscious about the decisions they make at the elections.
Yeah. So now, Ronnie, that you say women make conscious decisions, I just want to ask, like, when you went and told your wife you were getting into that, did she discourage you? Do you know if she voted
Yeah.
for you?
Oh, she better have voted for me. We actually didn't have time to sit down, so I made a phone call.
Yeah.
I said, she's followed my political journey with Peter Kenneth. I was the chairman of his campaign for almost a year and a half. I've known Peter Kenneth for a while, so I'd always been plugged into that campaign. And, I make this phone call.
Okay.
And I tell her, we've gone through this process, and where are you, by the way? I'm in the house. Okay, I think you need to sit down. She says, okay, what's up? I say, yeah, so I've been asked to be his running mate. And she's like, you're kidding me. And then she laughs.
That's never a good sign.
And I'm thinking, uh-oh.
What the hell are you
Are you
thinking?
serious?
Maybe I should be sitting down.
Never a good sign.
But it was easy. She actually said, why did I have a feeling this was coming?
Oh, wow.
And she says, I wish we were having this conversation 5 years from now. And she was quite supportive through that entire period. As you can imagine, back in the house at 3 a.m., out by 6, no weekends, no,
Mimi ningekuacha by the way.
Yes, right.
Ungeniwacha.
Andrew Kenneth.
Of course.
Before we get to the good stuff, I want to ask you a
Oh, I
question.
thought you
No, we're going to get to the good stuff.
We are nowhere
Before we
near
get to that stuff, I want to ask you a question. I don't know if it's offensive. I wanted to do it live on camera, so that you'd have to answer it. But after the elections, March 4th is over, everyone's voted. And then your campaign became a bit of a joke afterwards. Not really a joke. To now estimate, no, that was a catchy phrase. I have to say. But you see, guys were saying things like, you guys had more followers on Twitter
Twitter and
than you had
Facebook.
votes.
I have beef with IEBC because they've never counted our votes on Facebook. I think we would have.
The Rakanithi votes.
Yeah, our stronghold, right?
Yeah. So for me, it's how did you pick yourselves up afterwards and still be the same Ronnie Osumba before March 4th?
You have to reconcile with your expectations with the outcomes, and you're saying, what happened there? I mean, what happened in Murang'a? What happened in Nairobi? We expected big catch in Nairobi.
Where were you voted for the most? Which county?
Nairobi, of course, but not as much as we expected it to be. We had a surprise, loot in Wajir and
Wow.
and
One hour
Yes, I saw
making.
and Narok.
Yes.
But yeah, otherwise, it was a healing process.
Right.
But we've now picked up and moved on. Everybody's back
So
on.
2017, we should watch for you.
We'll be back.
Okay, so my next question is, you're a married guy, you look pretty young, I'm guessing around like 29-ish, 30.
Yeah, about 29.
How
Well,
old are you?
I'm 33.
You're 33.
Yeah.
Turning 34 this year or
This year.
So I was asking, you're a married guy, and I think we gauge how married guys romantic, because, single guys you can't really gauge. How did you propose to your wife? And how long ago was this?
Oh, yes. That's a nice one.
Interesting. 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. At a restaurant, took her out for dinner. had the ring in my pocket all the time.
Burning a hole in your pocket.
Quite literally, eh? And yeah, it took me quite a number of trips to the small room, to Ghana that side to do this thing. And the dinner was coming to an end, and I'm thinking, oh, I really got to do this. You know? And I just popped the question. Didn't go down.
You were not on one knee.
No.
Why?
He's that guy who's like, let's save on rent, see, 20.
You didn't go down in one.
No,
Why?
it didn't go down because just didn't go down.
You had a knee problem.
And it was in public. I know. No,
But
I had a knee problem. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll start using that one actually.
I was at a restaurant once, and some guy was proposing to his girlfriend, and he got on his knee. I found it very obnoxious. I couldn't eat
It
after
is
that.
obnoxious.
I was like, would it ruin my dinner?
Oh,
no,
no,
it
that
is
is
everything.
It's not an African.
It's so moving kind of.
How would you like your future husband to propose to you?
Like you can just put that, like anaweza kuweka ndani ya ugali. Kula ni ugali. You know, you call the house.
I have a question. Where is Peter Kenneth, and what are his plans now that he's not a civil servant? What
He's
is he
still
like?
plugged in. I mean, still doing his projects.
Okay.
He had a couple of projects up and running, so
Okay.
you know, following through with those ones. He's back into business now, also full time.
Alright.
I guess he's moving on with life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell him I said hi.
I
Tell him we all
will.
said
No,
hi.
should I say Andrew?
Peter Kenneth?
Actually, should.
Tell Andrew I say.
Oh, Andrew, eh?
Say like his eyebrows, they do things. I accept.
I have this question. I want to ask you. Like, have you ever gotten into trouble with your wife over a girl? Like during your campaign period or even after? Like a chick who got a little too close and made your wife a little uncomfortable and you got into trouble. Because she's a very fair girl. Yes. Has that ever happened?
You just might be in trouble after this, eh? Not that I can think of. She's quite curly actually, but she also is very conservative. She probably wouldn't show it. She wouldn't act up. She's no drama girl, so.
That's
Should we
nice.
pour hot there? Do you mean there's a kukumagia uji?
Wewe najua sana.
Ujimoto.
Yeah, that's uji.
Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
so she's no drama.
Ah.
But yeah, I'm sure, you know, quite a number of times she's been uncomfortable, but hey, I got her back.
Okay.
Ooh. So how long did you date her for? Before you
1 year.
A year.
Hey, Mr. Osu.
I know karibu wakati.
I like a man who knows what he wants. Thank you so much for joining us, though,
And
Yeah,
thank you
and for
for.
answering our crazy questions and drinking our very
Very nice,
interesting
by the way.
punch.
I need to get
You may
the.
not want to drive after this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
Take a punch from me.
Yes.
Cheers.
But coming up in our next segment, we're going to be going into loving yourself in your own skin, and it's going to get very risque.